Hello viewers, welcome to K Diagnostics. Dio here. Today we have a 2018 Dodge Ram. In this video I'm gonna show you how to remove and replace a side rear view mirror. The driver's side rear view mirror is broken, so we're gonna replace that. And while we have the truck here, we're also gonna do an oil change because this vehicle is due for an oil change. So I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's go to the driver's side and remove the side rear view mirror, and after that we're gonna do the oil change. So this mirror over here is broken. So this mirror right here is broken, so we're gonna replace this. So I'm gonna turn it all the way to the right first. So I'm gonna turn the key on and turn the motor. So we're gonna make sure we turn it all the way to the right so we can have enough room between the housing of the mirror on the actual mirror itself. So this mirror just pops off, okay? So now let's pop this off so we can replace it. So now we have enough room on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pry the whole assembly out. So this just pries out. Just like that. Okay, so here it is. So now we're gonna disconnect these wires. So we have this electrical connector over here that I need to push out, just like that. And then we're gonna disconnect these two black wires for the glass heater. So here comes the bad glass, the broken one. Okay, so I'm gonna get it out of the way. I'm gonna grab the new one so we can install it. Here is the part number of the new glass. So we got this glass from the dealership. So this is the OEM part number. So now let's install it. I'm gonna get the new one out of the box. So here it is. Okay. So it goes like that. Now, one thing I have noticed is this new one doesn't have these metal pins over here. This one, the old one, let me show you the old one. So this old one has these metal pins over here that I have to remove. So I'm gonna remove them and put them on the new one. Okay, so just like that. So I had to remove this piece over here from the old one and install it on the new one. Alright, I got these pins installed on the new glass assembly. So now we're gonna reconnect our wires. So we're gonna reconnect these electrical connectors here. Okay, just like that. So now we have to make sure that these slots over here, I hope you can see them. We have a couple slots over here on the mirror assembly. They have to line up with these little tabs over here on the motor. Okay, once everything is lined up, we're gonna pry the mirror back in. So just like this, it's lined up now. So I'm gonna push it in. I feel the mirror lined up. Okay, make sure all your tabs are lined up. So now we're gonna push it in. So just like that. Okay. Now, once everything is lined up, you're gonna apply a little bit of pressure on the glass. You have to be careful not to break the glass. Just a little bit of pressure and you're gonna hear a pop or a clicking sound indicating that the glass is sitting properly. So now I'm gonna use our buttons on the door to adjust the mirror. If we can adjust it, that's an indication of a well installed mirror. So look at that. Right there. So right there, as you can see, we can adjust the mirror with our button inside. So we're good to go. This is installed. That's good. So now the next step is going to be doing the oil change. So let's open the hood. I'm going to remove the engine cover. I'm also going to remove the oil filler cap. So now we're gonna undo the oil filter, which is right over here. So I'm gonna tuck this vacuum hose out of the way. I'm gonna undo this oil filter cap. Now, to remove this oil filter cap, you're gonna need a 27mm socket. I'm not gonna remove it all the way yet. I'm undoing it completely and I'm just gonna push it up. That way all the oil is gonna get drained, okay, when we drain the oil from underneath. Now let's go under the vehicle and undo the drain plug on the oil pan. We are here under the vehicle. I'm gonna undo the drain plug so we can drain the oil out of the engine. So the drain plug is a 13mm bolt. So we're gonna let the oil drain completely. When the oil stops draining, we're gonna put the drain plug back on, and after that we're gonna lower the truck. So as you can see, the oil is draining. So this is the oil pan. Now while we're here, I'm gonna do a quick undercarriage inspection. We're gonna look around and check for leaks. We're gonna check the brakes as well. Let's check these axles here. So the axle boots look good on this side. Let's check this side. Oh, check this out. This boot over here is torn. You see that? So we have to replace this axle. This axle here has to be replaced. Okay. So I'm gonna keep checking everything and then I'll bring you guys back up when the oil is done draining. So the oil is almost done dripping. So we got everything out. So now I'm gonna reinstall the drain plug. Alright, so the drain plug is tightened, so now let's lower the truck. So we're gonna remove the air filter now. I'm gonna undo this clamp over here. And then we're gonna remove the air filter box, the upper end of the air filter box. So we have removed the upper end of the air filter box. So let's remove the air filter now. The air filter doesn't look too dirty, but I'm gonna replace it anyways. We're gonna clean up the bottom air filter housing, and then we're gonna install the new air filter. So here is the new filter, and this is the part number right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna install this air filter. So just like that. Now we're gonna install the upper air filter box. So I got the top air filter box installed. I was installing these little clips over here. Let me undo this one so I can show you. So once you get this side hooked, there are a couple plastic tabs that go through the top part of the air filter box. Once you get all of them lined up, you're gonna have to put these clips up this way. So you push them up. Okay, so these clips over here hold the top part of the air filter box down. So there's this one here, there's one more right here, there's another one over here, there's this right there, and there's a fourth one back here. Okay, so we have replaced the air filter. So now let's install a new oil filter. Here is our oil filter. This is the part number right here. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna remove the oil filter. So here is our old oil filter. Now there is an O-ring over here on the top part or the housing of the oil filter that I'm gonna have to replace. So there's an O-ring over here that has to come out. There should be a new one over here that comes with the new oil filter. So I'm going to install the new O-ring. Just like that. I'm going to make sure I'll put a little bit of oil on it. And then I'm going to push the new filter in place. just like that. And the new filter comes with a new bottom seal or bottom O-ring. Okay, so we got this seal replaced. This is new, so this is good. Now we can install our oil filter. I'm gonna wipe down the bore of the oil filter housing first, so just like that. So now we're gonna install our new oil filter. We have to make sure that we tighten it by hand first before using a ratchet, because if you cross thread it, you can crack this plastic housing. All right, so that's pretty tight. So we have replaced the oil filter and the air filter. So now let's fill up the engine with some new oil. Now this is the oil that this truck calls for, 5W40, full synthetic. Okay. So we're gonna put about 9 quarts in here. Okay. Actually, I was mistaken. This takes about 10.5 quarts, not 9 quarts. Alright, so this is the last quart. So I'm gonna remove the funnel. Let's put the oil filler cap back on. So now I'm gonna go in the truck and start the engine. After we start the engine, we're gonna turn it off. Then we're gonna check the oil level. Okay? Now the coolant level is a little bit low, so I'm gonna add a little bit of coolant. I'm going to bring it up to the normal level. I'm going to double check our oil level before I start the engine. The oil level looks good. So our oil level is good, our coolant level is good as well, our brake fluid level looks good. So now I'm gonna start the engine. Now I'm gonna reinstall the engine cover. Alright, now let's check the oil level one more time before we wrap up this video. I'm gonna pull out the dipstick. We're gonna wipe it down first. So I hope you can see, here is the oil level. So it's right a little bit below the max. If I do it this way, you guys won't be able to see. So it's just a little bit below the max, the maximum mark. So I'm gonna have to add a little bit of oil. I'm gonna add about half quart. Now let's check it again and see if it's gonna be on the maximum mark. So our maximum mark is right over here. Okay, so that's the maximum mark. So we have to make sure that the oil is right over here. Okay, so the oil level is right there on the maximum mark. So that's good, guys. Okay, we are good to go. So that's it. I'm gonna reinstall the filler cap. Alright guys, so I'm gonna leave this right over here. This is how you do an oil change on this 2018 Dodge Ram. And this is also how you replace a side rear view mirror on this truck. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why so we can make better videos in the future. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching. See you next time.